Azazel, Azazel, aka ZAZEL, SAMYAZA, SAMYAZAZEL, SAMYAZAZEL, SHAMGAZ, SHAMIYAZAH, SHAMYAZA, SHAMIYAZAH, SEMIHAZAH, SHAMASH, Babylonian, Utu, Sumerian, the shining one, SHAMAS, Akkadian, BABBAR, Sumerian, Ashur, Assyrian, SHAMIYAH, Hathra, SEMJAZA. Zodiac sign, Capricorn, Aquarius, both 1 to 10 degrees. Tarot card, Ace of Swords. Planet, Saturn, the lunar south node, Dragon's Tail. Candle color, blue, black. Metal, lead, element of air. Symbols, the eagle and the scorpion, the Faravahar. Number 20. Rank, chief standard bearer of the infernal army. Azazel works directly with Satan. He's in charge of top security in hell. The above he dictated to me personally from High Priestess Maxine. I know Azazel well, and I'm very close to him. He's a very high-ranking and important god. He's 7.5 feet tall, very strongly built, with light blonde hair that is past his shoulders and flowing. He has piercing bluish-gray eyes. He's very powerful and dedicated to Satan, Lucifer. He expects 100% and can be serious and strict. He closely interacted with and educated humans in ancient times. Azazel is not Paimon, as some of the grimoires of abuse claim. They are different gods. Azazel is a prince. Paimon is a king. Azazel is very high-ranking, very close to Lucifer, Satan. He says he's around 60,000 Earth years old. Azazel worked extensively with me on this page. He led me to many different resources and references. He told me to mention the Code of Hammurabi and that the contents of this document have been drastically altered through the centuries, and what we have now resembles nothing of the original. Azazel stands for justice and does not in any way advocate submission or turning the other cheek. Although there are a few accounts of Azazel's being married to various goddesses, this is inaccurate. Azazel took a human wife some 10,000 years ago. Azazel is the nephew of Beelzebub and Lil. He's the twin brother of Astaroth. Both he and his twin sister Astaroth are the children of Nengal and Satan. Both Azazel and Astaroth have always been very close. Azazel is a warrior god of justice and truth. His cities were Sippar, an ancient Akkadian city on the east bank of the Euphrates, north of Babylon, and Larsa, Elasar of Sumeria. Sippar is 20 miles, 32 kilometers, southwest of Baghdad in Iraq. Sippar was one of the first cities to be established by the gods. Elasar's Sumerian name is given as Ar-Arwa, apparently for Ara-Ur-Urwa, light abode, which in fact is the meaning of the ideographic group with which it is written. The ruins of this ancient site are now known as Senqara and lie on the east bank of the Euphrates, about midway between Warka, Iraq, and Muqayyar, Ur of the Chaldees. In addition to the name Larsa, it seems also to have been called Aste-Azaga, the holy, bright, pure seat or throne, and both its names were apparently due to its having been one of the great Babylonian centers of sun god worship. Like most of the principal cities of Babylonia, it had a great temple tower called Idur-Anki, House of the Bond of Heaven and Earth. The temple of the city bore the same name as that at Sippar, i.e., BABBAR, House of Light, where the sun god Samas was worshipped. This temple was restored by Ur-in-Gur, Hammurabi, Amraphel, Burna Burias, Nebuchadnezzar, and Nabonidus. Among the tablets found on the site by Loftus was that which gives measures of length and square and cube roots, pointing to the place as one of the great centers of Babylonian learning, Besides the remains of these temples, there are traces of the walls and the remains of houses of the citizens. The city was at first governed by its own kings, but became a part of the Babylonian Empire sometime after the reign of Hammurabi. Azazel is the god of justice and revenge. He is a master of the black arts and the protector of travelers. His symbol is the Faravahar, represents freedom of choice and protection. The Faravahar is the original winged disc. He was the rebel leader of the Igigi. Azazel is also the god of divination and has been consulted by many soothsayers. He was also the chief deity of the city of Hathra. As the chief deity of Hathra, he was known as SHAMIYAH. Along with his uncle Beelzebub, he controlled the airways for the gods, wearing his symbol of the eagle. In Bad Tibira, established as an industrial center, Enlil installed his son Nanar Sin in command. The texts speak of him in the lists of cities of LUGH, he of the night sky. There we believe the twins Inanna, Ishtar, and Utu, Shamash, were born. As the god trained in rocketry, Shamash was assigned the constellation GIR, meaning both rocket and the crab's claw, or Cancer, followed by Ishtar and the lion, Leo, upon whose back she was traditionally depicted. The Judeo-Christian Bible reads that Azazel taught men to make swords, knives, shields, body armor. The grimoires of spirit abuse claim that Azazel is a genius at working with metals, mineralogy, and geology. This is all symbolic. He's a master of alchemy, spiritual alchemy. Spiritual alchemy has to do with the transformation of elements within the human soul, drawing energy from the earth and working with the earth spiritually. Each of the 7 chakras is represented by a specific metal. Azazel works with dedicated disciples of Satan to achieve Godhead. All of the above is spiritual. The biblical account was twisted. The swords, knives, shields, and body armor are all spiritual weapons. He's an expert on the planets, constellations, and astrology. He's also very skillful in the arts, cosmetology, crafting of ornaments, and jewelry. Azazel creates beauty. Azazel led me to a lot of detailed information, which was extensive. He also has more than 2 sigils, of which I will be uploading. I will start more information to this page soon.